So let's say you have an avatar that with an existing FX layer, an existing menu, and or parameters that you do not want to get rid of. You want to use my QTMarker. Thankfully, there is a good tool called VRC Avatar 3 tool that I will link in the description. It's from Booth and it's free. That gives you this menu. So the way you do it is first open this tool, and then let's make this a little bit smaller. Find your FX layer that you want to merge. Here, add it as destination. And then in your project view, get my QTMarker FX layer and add it here. Now what you want to import is only the three QTMarker toggle, QTMarker inking, and QTMarker color layers. And for the parameters, if you don't already have gestures left and right, you should add them. And you need the QTMarker is color, QTMarker color wheel parameters. One way to know if you already have them, it would be listed here. Here I see I already have gesture left and right, so I don't need to import them. But if you don't have them, you should tick those two boxes. Now hit combine, and that's it for the FX layer. Next up for the menu, you want to add my submenu into this existing menu. So let's start by opening this menu, and then add a new control. Change the type to submenu, give it a name. Here we'll call it QTMarker, and then navigate to the Qt menu asset folder under QTMarker and drag the QTMarker submenu in here. So that way you have access to the exact same menu that I provide into my own menu system. Now, one last thing for the parameters. You want to first, let's go back to the QTMarker folder, open the expression parameters. You need to copy these three: QTMarker is color, QTMarker color wheel, exactly as they are written here. So here in the small trick, I locked this inspector so I don't need to navigate away. And then I'll add another inspector, which is not locked. And I will go to the parameter asset that you have. Here, lock it here, and then add three new parameters. Let's go back, copy QTMarker. It's a bold type, so let's add this in, change it to bold type, go back to mine, QTMarker is color, also a bold type. Oops. Paste here as a bold type, and take these three because we want to save them, and then QTMarker color wheel as a float type. QTMarker color wheel as a float type. And once this is all added, you can unlock inspectors and you are done. The full system is included. You can double check by going to the FX layer in the animator view. You should see the three Qt parameters included here. Make sure you have the gesture left and right. And in the layers, you should see the three layers for QTMarker stuff in here. That's it. Okay, so to customize the QTMarker gestures, it's not very complicated. Start by opening the animator, whether the one you modified to add the QTMarker stuff or the one that I provide. And then open the animator view. And then go to the inking layer, QTMarker inking layer. So this is where all the magic works. If you want to customize gestures for inking, what you do to ink, click on the transition, which is the arrow, and modify which gesture is being used for right now. Gesture right hand is using the number 3 and left hand number 1. Those numbers are these ones. So 0 is neutral hand, 1 is fist, 2 is open hand, and so on and so forth. You can find these on the VRC documentation website. I will link it in the description. So this is where you would modify it for inking. If you want to change the gesture used to clear, this is where you do it. When you have two conditions, that means you use both gestures to activate it. So here, you do for both hands gesture number 1, which is the closed fist, and this is what triggers the clear. Now, if you modify any of these two, inking or clear, you have to modify these transitions for the idle, which is basically doing the reverse. So the way this works is you have two transitions here that are stacked on top of each other, and each transition is for each hand. So let's the first one is for your left hand. You have to put not equal to for every gesture that you use. So here for the first gesture for inking, we use number 1 for left hand, and for clearing, we use number 1 for left hand. We're using the fist for both hands. That means that for the left hand transition, we want not equal to 1, which means when the gesture is not 1, when it's not the fist, then you can go in here. For the right hand, in the inking, we are using number 3, which is pointing for inking, and then for clear, we have number 1, which is for fist. So we have two different gestures, which means in this transition for the right hand, we want to have both not equal to 3, the pointing, and not equal to 1, the closed fist. So let's say you modified one of them, let's say to draw, you want the left hand to be gesture number 2. Then here you'd have left hand number 1 and left hand number 2, right? So in here you'd have to add a new one for the left hand not equal to 2, because you have to cover all of the gestures that you used in the graph. And so this is how you do it. Small recap. This transition is for both hands. You set the gesture you want to ink. You set the gesture you want to clear with the equal condition. And then for the idle, you do the reverse, but separated for each hand. So left hand only, you put all not equal to all of the ones you use, and then right hand only, all of the equals that you do not you are using. So this is how you customize the gestures for using the QTMarker.